when I was at the end of that bed and I was crying and my life actually started to change and got turned upside down, it was a long road before I got confident again. It was a long road before I could even want to walk into a place and speak to somebody about becoming a home inspector or getting new business. But I heard this video, and this video is what really changed things for me. This was the beginning of me going on like a motivational journey, right? So once I figured out in my life, like I need to change something, every day, the way, it took like a year, but every day I would listen to something positive, something motivating. I would listen to Joe Rogan every day up to that point, so I knew I could listen to a podcast, but I started finding motivational podcasts. Regardless of what you're going through, at the end of it, you know, it makes you feel better. And then I read a lot of books too, and I'm sure you guys probably read these books too. But the book that, it's one book called The Slight Edge, and there's another book called, of course you guys heard of it, Think and Grow Rich, right? Slight Edge is basically, it kind of comes down to this point, and it's, imagine yourself, it's a Ferris wheel, like those old school Ferris wheels that we used to run and get on. Imagine a Ferris wheel, and you're pushing that Ferris wheel, right? You first start off walking, then you start running with it, and then you can kind of stop, and then by the end, all you're really doing is you're just kind of slapping the Ferris wheel and it's continuing to spin. The question is, which push was the most important push? Was it the first push where you got everything going, or was it the last push where you're just barely tapping it? And the answer is it's all of it, right? In the beginning, when we do stuff like this, it's hard. We're pushing it. Everything is really hard. You're scared. You don't want to walk into that place. You don't want to put yourself out there to start that new service or have that conversation with the realtor. But by the end, you're just slapping it. You're pushing, and that's just as important. And then Think and Grow Rich is basically thoughts are things. So if you think you can't do it, or if you think you can do it, you're right in both scenarios, right? So always think that you can, because it takes no extra energy. But listen to this, and then we're good to go.
It was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? He told the guru, I want to be on the same level you on. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m. He liked the beach. I said, I want to make money. I don't want to swim. Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow, 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit, should have wore shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Adrian, he like, I want to make money. He got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area, the shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He making money, but he crazy. He said, come on out a little further. Came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This God is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. When you were underwater, what did you want to do? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want about success. And I'm here to tell you today, if you're going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up sleep. You got to be willing to work off for 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you're going to have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you got to want it. You got to go days without, listen to me, you got to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie, I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50? Sleep. He said, sleep. Sleep is for those people who are broke. I don't sleep. He said, I got an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. The most important thing is this, to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become.
Man, sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Get off your ass if you plan to be rich. That's it. Take care, guys.